Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and momming with us today. It's Brittany and Gray Gray. We're gonna be showing you guys how to defrost the baby food that we put on our previous video, and also warming up as needed. We'll have one more thing. We did our giveaway, and the winner is Jasmine Montoya. Thank you for entering in our giveaway. We'll be sending you a message soon and getting in contact with you so we can send you your free freezer baby trays. Let's get started. We're gonna defrost these items. This is sweet potatoes and peas straight out of the freezer. I'm gonna set this in the refrigerator. And then this is some butternut squash that I took straight out of the freezer also. I had pre-prepped, and I'm gonna leave this on the counter. Checking on the butternut squash that we kept over the countertop here. It's pretty much almost done. It's a little bit of a chunk in the middle, but you can kind of dice that up. And that's all good. It's ready to be served. And it was on the countertop for about 2 hours. All right, this is really my favorite method, refrigerating overnight and then just warming it up if your child likes his or her food warmed up. This is my favorite method. It requires less steps. You just take it out of the freezer bags or take the container out of the freezer, put it in a little bowl, place it in the refrigerator, make sure it's covered up, and then in the morning, here it is. I do it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then some snacks in between. Don't have to worry about any defrosting methods, but those methods are great if you needed some last minute food also. All right, and another warming technique, I have a bowl of hot water here. Then I have some green beans, frozen green beans, that I'm gonna put into this breast milk bag. You can put it in a regular plastic bag, but I prefer these. So just like you're defrosting breast milk, I just submerge it here in the water, and then we're gonna let this sit. All right guys, so it's been about 22 minutes, and it's back to the state where we first blended it. My son likes them heated up, so I'll put it in a little small saucepan, warm it up to no more than low. You don't want it to get too hot because they don't take out the nutrients or it will burn. So you just warm it up just a little bit and then scoop it into a glass container in which you're going to serve it. Or you can put it in bottle warmer and warm it up that, or you can just serve it as is. Or you could also submerge this back in some warm water for about 2 or 3 minutes and just warm it up just a little bit. When you do warm it up, it is going to be a little bit watery sometimes, so you can seep some of the water out of it first and then use the rest of the remaining ingredients that's left in the package. Sometimes the food is thick, like the sweet potatoes. You can add a little bit more water to it to make it smoother after it's been warmed up. Alright, so we're gonna warm this up that we just defrosted in this medium saucepan. Only thing I don't like about this is you lose some of the food that you've cooked up. It's hard to get every little drop. I'm gonna warm it up, and you wanna do it on the lowest setting. So this is probably like a 2 for my kind of stove that we have. And then you don't wanna warm it up for more than like 1 or 2 minutes, because like I said, you don't wanna overcook the food that you've already cooked. You're just giving it a little bit of a warming it up just a little bit. And kinda tongue taste it and see if it's warmed up. Do not get it bubbly because you lost all the nutrients. Just a little bit warm, very, very low heat. It's gonna warm up for about 2 minutes at the very most. And then we're just gonna I put it into a glass container because I don't like putting up warmed up food into plastic. But if it's not that hot, it'll be okay. So it just depends on the food. Like I said, with the sweet potatoes, sometimes after you warm it up, you'll have to add a little bit of water to it because it's got a little bit more thick again. But these are green beans. These are still pretty watery. Sometimes it has too much water in it, and you can just let it seep out the little bit of water that you have if you still want it a little bit thicker. You see how the green beans, the consistency is a little bit more watery after it's been frozen, and these butternut squash, they're kind of similar to the sweet potatoes, so it still has a thicker consistency. This is why I like to sometimes mix and match them. I can just throw a little bit of butternut squash in there, give him a butternut squash and green bean mixture, and it made it a little bit thicker so it isn't as watery. But if you like it watery, then you can keep it like that, but you can mix up the flavor. That's just why I like to do them separately, so I can give him different flavors on different days. So we have some more warm water, then I have some blueberries and applesauce, and we're gonna set this in the glass container inside of the warm water. This, you don't want it fully submerged over the top where it can seep inside of the jar, but just where the food is covered. It's kind of hard to see, but like that. And this is the one in the glass jar. This is pretty much liquefied. We're gonna open it up to see. Opened it up, yep, it's pretty much liquid now. Chop it a little bit, but that's pretty much liquid now. So the fruit I never really warm up, I just kind of defrost it, and I just serve it to them just like this, cold. Another quick method would be to put your food, I have about 4 pieces here, inside of a little baggie. I just put it inside of extra breast milk bags that I have. Put it in a bowl and run it under warm water. Alright guys, it's been about 6 minutes, and now it's back to the state in which we first blended it, and it's ready to be served. I'm gonna put it in a jar and show you guys what it looks like. Alright, we're pouring it in the jar here. So it's the only reason I don't really like this method is because you lose some of the food in the bag. That's why I like the pre-prep overnight better. Alright, there is the baby food defrosted. Ready to go. You can make it a little bit more thinner if you want to. You can add a little water, but this is pretty good. Thank you guys. Hope you guys learned a lot watching my video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Please don't forget to subscribe and add me on all social media.